I'm Coach Heather. For those that don't know me, welcome. Thanks for coming, and thanks for coming back if you've been here before. We're doing total body conditioning today. My suggestion is hand weights. If you have more than one set, great, so you can switch them out. We're going to do a little on the heavier side of reps today, so sometimes that gets a little bit fatiguing after a while. We're going to go ahead and get started on the warm-up, and I will talk you through everything else, okay? Today's workout is going to be listed on the chat if you can see it. So if at any time we lose connection or anything like that, it's off to the side. So you should be able to kind of figure out where we are to get started back again. Here we go. Let's just start with the basic warm-up. We're just going to shake those arms out a little bit. Try to get all the way inside here. So today's workout is going to consist of 50 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. So we can use that to transition to the next piece, and I'll try to show you in that time what is coming next. From here, we're just going to take those hips, put our feet right underneath those hips. We're bending straight over and right back up, just trying to wake up those hamstrings a little bit. So bending at the waist, back is nice and flat, and pulling it right back up. Do anywhere from 8 to 10 of those. If you need a little extra, you can put those arms over the head, stretch down, big pull up. You want to pull that belly button in nice and tight on the way up. Do a few more of these. Okay, and just get those arms moving and circling. We're going to go forward and backwards, all different sizes, just varying. And switch directions when you're ready. Always keep it nice and small or all the way big to get that shoulder rotated. And got about 2 more minutes of warming up. So let's go ahead and open those hips and close them. So knees coming all the way up. We're just going to open it up and then take it right back around and close it. You can alternate the legs, or you can stick on one side, whatever feels better. Ooh, it's chilly in here today. All right. Do a couple more of those. Let's just get our heart rate up just a little bit. So I'm just going to take a side shuffle. Just pulling those heels in and out. Getting that heart rate up just slightly. Getting those ankles warmed up. I'm not doing a terrible amount of jumping today, so it shouldn't be too terrible, but always good to have those ankles good and warm. You can take that to a jog if you're ready. If not, stay at that little jog with the heels pressing forward. If you need extra on those arms, shake them forward and back. Got about 45 more seconds, and we're going to go into our first exercise. All right, let's continue with getting those heart rates up. Take it to a regular jumping jack. If you need to modify these, you're going to step it out and in, just like so. Our first exercise is going to be narrow and wide rows. I'm going to show you that here. I want you to continue doing some warming up. Got about 20 seconds. Weights are going to be nice and tight. We're going to row up. Elbows are going towards the ceiling, and then take it out to a wide row. So forward, that's going to look like this, and then pulling out to the side. Back is in that flat position. Go ahead and grab your weights, and let's get started. We're here for 50 seconds. So take your time, get familiar with the movement. Pulling it up and out. These classes are being recorded, which is why we can't use music if you're unfamiliar with that. So it's not that I love to hear myself breathe really hard. It's just a licensing issue. So we're going to be hopefully working on that. But you're welcome to listen to music at home. I know music motivates me, so just make sure your line's on mute and get after it. Got about 10 more seconds here. And then we're just going to go into a squat and a lateral raise. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Keep with this right now. Got 10 seconds of rest. We're going to take a weighted squat. Stand all the way up. Arms are going out to the side. No higher than the shoulders. Here we go. Taking it down and up. Now, if you need to adjust weights, that's fine. Drop. If you don't have weights, you can use, you've heard me say it if you've done this class with me before, soup pans, water bottles, laundry jugs, or add your own resistance if you have resistance bands. That's something you can do as well. Just want to make sure that that chest is up nice and tall. Taking it down, keeping those heels out. Got about 20 more seconds here. Then we're going to go into a hammer curl and an upright tri-raise. I'm going to show you what that looks like here in just a sec. Got about 7 more seconds here. I'm going to show you that next exercise. We're doing a hammer curl. We're taking it back and just a small lift. So I want to keep my hips planted, my heels planted, and it's just a lift to the back. So nice and controlled motion. Shoulders go, weights go to your shoulders. Control that motion. And then a real small raise back. Bringing it up, pushing it back. I'm going to act like somebody's taking your hands and just pulling them behind you, nice and gently. Good job. Keep going. We got about 20 more seconds here. This next exercise I am going to jump in and show you because it's probably the one that needs a little bit more explanation. It's alternating kickouts, dumbbells. You can keep your weights on the floor, just like so. We're going to kick that leg out 4 times. You say, Heather, that's cool. I'm not doing that. That's fine too. Kick it out and bring it right back up. You can modify it that way. Goal is hips facing the floor the whole time. So we're kicking it out and bringing it back up. If it's easier for you to do one at a time, alternate 1 and 1. For me, it was 4, felt good. You can alternatively use a box or something else if you need a little extra height and that dumbbell's too low to the ground. Big push. We're working those glutes, getting a little ab work in there as well. And working on balance. Balance is power, so we always want to work on that. Check my timer. I forgot to move it. Keep it moving. All right. 5 more seconds here. Good. And you don't need your weights for this next one. We are going to touch the floor in a squat. So squat, stand up, kick. Alternating those feet. You can do these as fast as you want. You can take a jump squat. But we're kicking with a flexed foot, back straight, chest still up on that down. Tap and kick. Using this for a pseudo cardio portion. And then we only have 1 exercise left in this first circuit. 20 more seconds, guys. Last 10. 4, 3, 2, and done. Last exercise. Alternating single arm raise presses. Option 1, taking it up and up. Option 2, taking it wide. Push up, pull down. Want to keep those elbows, if you're going with a wide press, 90 degrees. Trying not to keep it down here so we're not causing understrain. Big exhale up, inhale down, abs are tucked in tight. Twenty more seconds. We're starting it all over from the top. So this round should be a little bit easier because it'll be more familiar because we've done it once. If not, always take a look over at that chat if you need to, or step closer to the camera. I know sometimes it's hard to see. 2 more seconds. Good, and rest. Next up, we're going from those narrow rows, elbows to the ceiling, rotating those hands, wide rows. Here we go, circuit 2. Please remember that anytime you need a break, grab it. Grab water if you need to. Do modifications as you need to. You can always do 1 arm at a time. The important thing is that you showed up. Still want to challenge yourself, but you also want to know your limits. Got about 20 more seconds, guys. Moving into that squat with the lateral raise next. 10 more seconds. Real quick little 10-second break in between. Good. All right, next up, squat, the lateral raise. Again, this is one where you can do one arm at a time or take it to a half raise. Just bring that elbow out. So squatting it down, lift, and raise. Whew. Thirty more seconds. All right. It's Groundhog Day, and I did not even think to check on what that silly little guy did today. So hopefully winter's nearing the end, as well as COVID. 4 more seconds, guys. Woo, good job. All right, next up, hammer curl. Taking those arms back, push straight back. Try to keep it nice and controlled, keeping those elbows in tight, close to the body. So take it up, push it back without letting that back help you. So we don't want the lean. Keep it nice, controlled. Feet are planted, controlled raise. Next up, we've got that alternating dumbbell kick out, either putting your weights on the floor, hands on top, weights at the waist, and just doing alternating kicks back. Or I grabbed a little box off to the side. Just give yourself a little extra height. Got about 12 more seconds of these hammer curls. 4, 3, 2, good. Drop those weights off to the side or use them to prep yourself up. I'm doing 4 each side. You can do 1 at a time or you can do 2 each side. Keeping that back nice and flat. So pushing it out, curling it in, push back out. Keep that supporting knee just a little bit bent. You might feel your body trying to shift, trying to keep your balance. It's a good thing. That means our abs and core is working. We love that. Got about 20 more seconds here, just a little under. Next up is those squat touch kicks. See if we can get a little more in than we did the last round. Good job, moving right along. Keeping the shoulders up, tap the ground, kick it forward. Here we go, 2, 1, and go. Tap and kick. Abs in tight, chest out, butt out on the way down. Pull it on the way up. Next up are those alternating single arm presses, either close racked weights, straight up, or taking it wide. Got about 15 more seconds. You got this. About 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, good. Right, next up, weights in nice and tight or out to the side wide. 2, 1, here we go. Now that close rack, just going from shoulder and up. Still keeping those elbows lifted though. Make sure we're adding some strength to that. We're not just using momentum. So really press up. $20 more seconds and we're almost done with this circuit 2. Moving right on into circuit 3. We're pros at this point now. So let's try to get a few more reps in on circuit 3. Try to empty that tank a little bit more. And 5, 4, 3, 2, good job. All right, we begin again from the top. Narrow rows, outward, wide rows. Keeping that back nice and flat if you can. Abs in nice and tight, tabletop position. Pull in, rotate, push up. Those elbows going towards the ceiling. About 30 more seconds. Squat and lateral raise next. Ten more seconds, guys. 4, 3, 2, good job. All right, squat with that lateral raise. Here we go, in 5, 4, 3, 2, squat it out. Nice and controlled, try not to throw those arms up. Good, good. Halfway there. Moving into those hammer curls one more time. After this, 15 more seconds. Four, 3, 2, and done. Good job. Next up, hammer curl and pushing it straight back. If you want to add a little extra, rotate those hands back. So you're pushing up. When you rotate, push that hand towards the ceiling so your palm is up, body still facing forward. Up, rotate, push. Halfway there. Step, we've got those alternating dumbbell kickouts. 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Drop those weights. Abs in tight again, that tabletop position, just like we did in those good mornings. Down, kick it out. Hips are facing the floor. So if you had flashlights on your hips, which is strange, but if you did, they would both beams be facing towards the floor. So we're not rotating that hip outward. Got about 20 more seconds here. Those abs in tight, core is working. Last 10 seconds, you got this. Alternate 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right. Squat, tap, kick. Whoops, pardon me. Tapping that floor. Bring it up nice and tall, kicking with that heel flex. You're busting open a door. Halfway there. 20 more seconds. Push it. 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Good job. Moving on to our final circuit. Hoo-ha. Go ahead and grab those weights. Narrow row, wide row. Grab a drink if you need it. Only because I talk so darn much. It's amazing how much more you talk when there's not music, right? So last time we had to do all these exercises to try to give me all you got. $15 more seconds. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Squat to that lateral raise. Whew. All right, here we go. Keeping those feet nice and planted. Taking it down and raise up. That chest lifted. Looking good. Got this for 20 more seconds. You can do it. Squeezing those cheeks tight on the way up from that squat. Controlled arms out to the side. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Hammer curls to that upright tricep raise. Up next. In 3, 2. Here we go. Last time. Add that rotation if you want. Big control. Alternating kickouts for the last time next. Last 8 seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop those weights. Kickouts. Remember, hips facing towards the floor. Back's nice and straight and in line. If it's getting to be too much, put your hands on your thighs. Keep it nice and bent over. Kick it back. Bring that foot to standing. Kick it right back. We're halfway there. Next up is that squat touch kick. $15 more seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Squat touch kick. Next up. Last time. Let's see if we can get a few more in. Abs in tight. Big kick. $25 more seconds. Last 15, push it. Got 10 more seconds. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good job. Last exercise. For those rows, alternating one arm at a time. All right, everything we got. Keep those wrists nice and straight. Thirty more seconds. Last 10. Whew. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Good job. Drop those weights. All right, let's shake it out just a little bit. Did I miss one? I feel like I did. Something got missed here. We're going to go with it. All right, let's stretch that back out. I'm going to pause this so it'll stop chiming on us. Okay. Let's take that right heel, put it forward, and just sit back into it. Back is nice and straight. You're just pushing in like you're sitting on a chair. We're going to take that toe and push it towards the floor on that right foot. From there, we're going to just rock and lift our hips forward, trying to take our hands down towards the floor and stretch those legs out just a little bit more. If the floor is too far away right now, that's okay. Take it up to that leg. Just make sure that you're not putting any pressure on your joints. We're going to drop those hips, roll it up nice and slow, and switch sides. Same thing. Other legs, so that left leg's going forward. Just sitting back, hips back, pushing it down. Take a couple deep breaths here. Point that toe down. Good. And adjust. Taking that leg forward. That right leg just a little bit further back. Letting your head hang and stretch just a little. Good. Bringing those knees to a slight bend to roll it up. We're going to take a big deep breath up in the center. And pulling those arms and elbows down towards our back. And just let them all the way fall down to your thighs. And take a nice wide stretch. Just holding it there in that sumo position. You take that shoulder and push it towards the ground. If you can and you have the mobility, try to get that head to look towards the ceiling on your left side. And we're going to slowly switch the other side, same thing. That left shoulder is going towards the floor, and the right, we're looking over that right shoulder if you can. And hands are going towards the floor, hips are going towards the ceiling. And that head is just going to relax and hang. We're going to drop and roll it up nice and slow. Another big deep breath all the way up. Walking those feet in. Fingertips all the way as much as you can towards the ceiling. And again, bending over to the waist. It's important to get those hamstrings really stretched even if you've already worked them. Ooh, let that head hang. Nice slow roll up one more time. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next week.